வாழ்க வளமுடன், வாழ்க வையகம். May the whole world live healthily and prosperously. So today's topic is water. In the previous session, we saw about Earth and how the more closer to Earth food we eat, or the more alkaline food we eat, the better it is. So the more raw food, raw fruits, vegetables, nuts, and berries, tender coconut water. So all these things are good in alkaline and more closer to Earth. And our body is also alkaline, so the more alkaline food we eat, the better it is for us. The moment we cook food, it becomes acidic. So when we start eating more and more acidic food, over a period of time we tend to develop acidity and ulcer and so many other health issues. So the more alkaline food is better. So that is one part. The second part is, in a day at least, to try to be in touch with earth some way or the other. Either walk barefoot on soil, or do gardening, touch the soil physically, do gardening, or drink water stored in earthen pots, right? So this way we can be in touch with earth, and the more we are in touch with earth, the better it is for us. Yeah. So continuing, so today's topic is water. So with water, there is like two things. One is the drinking water, and the other water that is what we use to take bath, or get refreshed, wash our face. That physical contact of water. So let's talk about the drinking water. So I still remember, as a kid, used to we used to directly drink water from the tap, right? So this was way back in the 80s and 90s in Bangalore, and throughout the day and throughout the week, the water was supplied from the corporation. So we never need to store water, and even the water from the tap we used to directly drink. And I saw that over a period of years, the water's timing started reducing, and then the water was coming on alternate days. So what is happening is, so our water sources were depleting, and also the quality of water was depreciating. So earlier we would directly drink water from the tap. Then slowly we got this candle based filter, the steel filter, and then after a few years we got this carbon based filter, and now we are into RO filters, right? So I'm sure this is the case with everyone. So in your childhood, you would directly drink water from the tap, and nothing happened. You never fall sick or nothing. But now there is RO filters in our home. The reason being, we are lost access to that clean water, right? So our water sources are polluted and depreciating, and we have started taking more and more groundwater. So we take more and more groundwater or contaminated water, and it's hard water, and its hardness is somewhere more than 200. Sometimes it's 500 or 600. So when the hard water, the ratio is like 600, it's not uh, considered for human drinking. So what we have to do is, we have to do this RO or heavy filtering of water that we do, right? So not only that, sometimes we also take the water from the water bottles in the 25-liter water can only. So there also the similar things happen. Heavy filtration happens because the water is so much contaminated. So the two things that is happening when you do heavy filtration, not only the bad things from the water is removed, even the good things from the water is removed. Let's say the water has 400 bad things and 400 good things. When we do this heavy filtration, we are not only removing the 400 bad things, we are also removing the 400 good things. And because now the water is devoid of these essential minerals, we tend to fall sick more often because of just drinking this more purified water. And whatever essentials we used to get from the water, that we are deprived, right? So it's a very unfortunate situation that we have created for ourselves, that we are so much dependent on heavily purified RO water. Um, So purifying is removing these things. So what we can do is we can see how we can put these things back, right? So the process of purifying, so many good things from the water is removed. So we have to see ways and methods how we can put these things back. And one of the ways is this infusion water bottle. So if you search on Amazon or Flipkart, you'll find this water bottles called as infusion water bottles. So basically a normal water bottle, and it has a small compartment inside it. And in this compartment you can store some of the things like fruits, piece of fruits or vegetables or lemon or pudina. So you can small compartment in the bottle that you can store stuff. And when this is in contact with water, the water kind of gets back certain things, right? So through this heavy filtration we removed so many things from the water. And now by keeping the water in touch with these natural fruits or vegetable, um, uh, right, you can try to reintroduce some things into this water. So this infusion water bottle, that is something that you can use. And you can also have a large water container. In that you can place these things, right? So take a white cotton cloth. Don't use any color cloth. White, plain white cotton cloth. And in that you can keep these things that which will add, like you can keep a piece of orange, you can keep a piece of apple, or I personally keep pudina and a piece of lemon, right? So that's my personal liking. So you can choose what is your personal, like you can try out various things, right? and and you can see what best suits you, right? So this way we are trying to reintroduce some things back to water which we have removed, right? So the heavy RO water, before consuming, store it for some time in these infusion water bottles, or you can also keep in the earthen pots or earthen bottles. That is also very good. Or you can keep in copper. So whatever works for you. So either you can use the infusion water bottles and have lemon or pudina or fruit, orange. So whatever you feel the taste that you like. Right? Or you can keep in earthen bottle, or you can keep in the copper. So whatever suits you best, you can use. So this way, we are introducing certain good elements back into the water before consuming. Second thing, which is a big mistake that we do, sometimes not avoidable, is these water bottles, right? So you have these Bisleri water bottles, Kenley, and so many other brands. So it's in the water bottle. You can see they mention an expiry date. If you ask, does water have an expiry date? No. Water doesn't have an expiry date, but the bottle has an expiry date. So what it actually means is water is a solvent. It will try to dissolve everything that you have. So the same thing with the infusion, right? Infusion water bottles. It will try to dissolve that lemon or pudina, that flavor it will try to bring into the water. It will try to bring that earthen water into the bottle. So similarly, if you store in a plastic bottle, and that too these once used bottle, so it will start dissolving the bottle. So over a period of 3 months or 6 months, based on the quality of the bottle and the expiry date mentioned, over a period of 6 months, the water has now dissolved so much of that plastic container that it is unhealthy to drink. So that's what the expiry date on the water bottle means. Water doesn't have an expiry date, but the water bottle, the plastic, now has dissolved into the water over a period of 6 months so much that it is unhealthy to drink it, right? But unfortunately, we don't see those expiry dates. And first of all, you should avoid such one-time use bottles as far as possible. And sometimes it is not possible to avoid. So take the water and immediately, if possible, transfer it to another container. And please make sure that the expiry date is still far from this, right? So that way we can reduce the amount of plastic that is going inside, right? So that is with the amount of that is on the topic of the drinking water. And the next part is the water that we physically come in touch with, right? Taking bath. So ideally, preferably the cold water is good. For the reason is the cold water will refresh and energize us, right? Because it has something called as a prana shakti. the hot water, what happens is this prana shakti dies out. So here's an experiment that you can try for yourself. You take 1 day water bath in the cold water. On one next day, you take water in the hot water. The day you took bath in the cold water, you'll feel more energized, more active, right? So cold water is good because it's not only cleansing. So taking bath is not only cleansing, it's also refreshing because our body is also made of water, and when we come in touch with water, we feel refreshed and energized, right? So it should be cold water, or I mean, when I say cold water, the room temperature water. Um, if that is not possible because of the cold weather or the cold place that you live in, so you can go for slightly warm water, warm enough so that it's not chilly anymore, it's not very cold anymore, right? So you should never have very hot water bath. Okay, you can mix hot water and cold water, that is also fine, but it should never be very hot water because it's going to make you dull. And that the second part, one is the cleansing part, the second is the refreshing part, that will not happen in warm water, right? So if it's very cold, so you can mix hot water and cold water so that the prana shakti is still somewhat intact, right? So that's with taking bath, the cold water. Here is another thing. So we have these glucose instant energy, right? Instant energy. Some people take coffee, some people take tea, some people take glucon D, mix it in water and have it done. So many other things also which gives you instant energy. Here's one tip that will give you instant energy without any side effect of coffee tea, and it is also very nice. You can try it out. So when you're feeling tired, when you're feeling you need some refreshment, just wash your face with plain cold water, room temperature water, and take a palm full of water. Keep it in your eye, right? And open and close your eye, like in the water. Open and close your eye, and then do it with the other eye. Right. So when we do this, you feel so much refreshed, right? So much energized. You just try it out, right? So wash your face and hands, and then just take plain water and keep it in your eyes, open and close the eyes for some 3 4 times, and then do it with the other eye, and just see how much energized and refreshed you feel, right? So as I said, water is not only cleansing. So when you come in touch with water, it's a refreshing. It's a refreshed. So if you see in these in the iron ore factories and all, if they want to remove impurity from iron, so they pass this iron rod through a circle of iron which is very red hot. So when this happens, right, when it passes through the iron which is very hot, the impurities in the iron is removed. So similarly, when we come in touch with water, the impurities are removed, we become fresh again, right? So it's not only the cleansing, it's also refreshing part. So this is a few things that I wanted to cover on water. So a quick summary. um, Unfortunately, our water sources are polluted. We are only supposed to be blaming for that. So have these infusion water bottles. I'll leave the link in the description. You can purchase from there, or even you can have your water container. In that also, you can have a cotton cloth, and in that you can add these things, fruit or vegetable. I personally take pudina and lemon. You can this way you can re-energize the water before drinking. One can also use earthen pots or copper pot. This is also re-energizing. And when it comes to taking bath, cold water is preferred. If that is not possible, slightly warm water is fine, or you can take hot water and mix cold water. That is also fine. And one of the very good way of feeling energized is taking a palmful of water, keeping in your eyes, opening and closing the eyes, and then repeat with the other eye. So this will refresh you to a large extent. Okay? And avoid the once use plastic bottle as far as possible. And please make sure you see that expiry date. If it's closer to the expiry date, pick another bottle. Right? So the closer the expiry date, the more things it has mixed into the water, and that is going to harm you. So we'll stop here, and we'll catch up in the next session, and that will be fire.